that would be able to make a shot like that.
When patients are not caring for their lips, they become very painful. For keeping lips healthy, I recommend Blistex.
X-Tool just stirred up some drama in the laser world.
This Thompson Center that I've done a ton of work on. It has a nice scope. It is chambered in a 6.5 Creedmoor, which is inherently a very accurate cartridge. And I have a nice Harris bipod that can be adjusted for cant to work with whatever environment I find myself in, not just at the shooting range. Per the little bit of leaked information I've seen so far, this is very similar to what was probably used, except it was made by Mauser. And yes, that is the same Mauser that made rifles that look like this. But they also had a whole commercial line of rifles that were imported later on to the United States, and I'm pretty sure that's what was used in this shooting. The leak report also mentioned that it was 30-06. Well, the only modern 30-06 rifle I have is this Weatherby Vanguard, which is very similar to what Mauser was importing back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. And they had scope mounts, and usually it was a wooden stock, not a polymer stock, of course, but they had the cheek comb and everything, just like this Vanguard does. I don't shoot this rifle very often because I'm a suppressor nerd, and I bought this before I had suppressors, so it's not threaded for that. I do need to get it threaded because this is too good of a rifle just to be sitting in my safe. But just like the assailant's weapon, this does shoot the 30-06 round. This is for my M1 Garand. Here's a close-up of that 30-06 round right there. The name means basically 30 caliber bullet, and it was designed in 1906, 30-06. I did a similar video last year when Trump got shot, but in that case, it was a 5.56 round. And in comparison, that is the 30-06. Quite a big difference. This one takes down a deer very easily. 5.56 oftentimes isn't even legal for use on deer hunts. I've not seen a picture of the rifle just yet, but the leaked info says it's an older model Mauser chambered in 30-06, which would be very similar to this, of course. Some of those rifles were converted from World War II rifles, rebarreled and rechambered to 30-06, and drilled for scope mounts. And some of them were commercially made products. We don't know which one is which as far as what the shooter used. So it could have been a commercially made rifle that was imported through usually like Century International Arms. They imported a ton of them, but they also imported some of the converted rifles as well. While editing this video, they released a picture of the rifle, and it's way more modern than I thought it would be. I'm used to the curio relic, very old stuff from World War II and things of that nature. I was wrong. It's actually a modern Mauser pretty much for the most part. Has a polymer stock on it, a nice scope, and of course it is chambered in 30-06. So it is almost identical to this Weatherby. I'm going to go ahead and take this bolt completely out here. The assailant had 3 rounds left in the internal magazine and 1 spent cartridge still in the chamber. He never unchambered that round. Now,
all right, hello, Miss Debbie Fox. How are you tonight? Miss Kelt, how are you doing tonight? How did he carry that? Oh, it's a huge gun, ain't it? I know I told Debbie I wasn't going to talk this video. I was going to get it over and done with real fast. But you're right. It's a huge gun. I don't think, I heard someone on NSB or one of the news channels saying the gun could be broke down in 1 second. But I don't think it can, not in 1 second. Not that big of a gun. And the barrel, the barrel is the same length as the buttstock. Surely you would see something that big, that long. But I don't see it in that video, but they say it's in there. Let's continue.
normally they hold 5 rounds of 30-06. Now, of course, I've removed the bolt or something of that nature, or in model of Mauser that only held 4 rounds of 30-06 sniper rifle. I would not take this one into battle even though it shoots pretty well, the Mosin Nagants, even the sniper variants, only shot maybe 3-inch MOA, which is pretty pathetic when compared to a modern rifle. So I do not think that the shooter necessarily had to be some sort of operator, some sort of sniper, anything of that nature, but they did have to be a pretty good shot, and I'll tell you why. First of all, 200 yards. 200 yards is a good distance. I mean, go to your shooting range, look at a target that's 200 yards out there. That's pretty far. You think about maybe like a full-size watermelon at 200 yards. I mean, that's going to be small. You're going to be covering it up with your thumb at arm's length. The shooter more than likely had some good trigger time behind a rifle, probably even that particular rifle they used that day. So while 200 yards was a difficult shot, it would not necessarily need an operator, a sniper, or someone who was trained in the armed forces to make that shot. A competent hunter could have made that shot, not the
Unleash the power of precision with Diablo's Wood Demon Ultimate Polished Thin Blows Axial Shear.
warm bore shots, which basically after you fire some rounds, the barrel will kind of settle down and get more and more accurate as it heats up to its operating temperature, which is great when you're at the shooting range, just firing some rounds downrange at paper. But when you're hunting, you want to set up your rifle for the first shot, the one shot that would take down your deer, which would be the cold bore shot. Again, it's not the most accurate that rifle can shoot because they shoot much better once the barrel's been warmed up. There was also the fact that it was not at a normal shooting range. It was not at a comfortable way to shoot. The person had to run across a rooftop apparently and shoot from a roof, which would not have been conducive to a good shooting experience, which is kind of the name of the game when you're about to commit an atrocity. In conclusion, I don't think this was a sniper using a real sniper rifle. I don't think it was some sort of operator completing some clandestine operation. I think it was someone who has some trigger time, been hunting a few times, was a decent shot, maybe got a little bit lucky on top of that, and decided to use that skills and probably grandpa's old rifle to commit a horrific atrocity. And I hope they come to judgment soon. Well, guys, that's for me today. I hope
All right, there you go, ladies. Can you hear me okay? All right. Well, there you go. I agree with you. How did he I agree with both of you. How did he get around with that? It's a huge gun. Debbie says, how in the heck did he have that in his pants? I don't know. I get asked that all the time about bodacious. But somehow it works out. But yeah, I agree. Maybe if he, if he had it in his pants, we see him limping. And you remember that video where they said he had it in his pants? Maybe. But yeah, very big gun, hard to conceal. And we'll just have to see. Maybe closer footage you'll get. Maybe we'll get different footage from somewhere else, and it'll show exactly what happened. But I agree with both of you ladies. There's no way he had that thing in his pants when he jumped off the roof. So, all right, that concludes this video of the weapon that might have been used in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. But there's a lot of guys that I've been watching that are saying it don't sound like it was a 30-06, and it sounded like it was a smaller caliber like a 5.8 or 5.25 or whatever it is. But we'll have to see. Hopefully we're getting the right info from the government, from the police, and it all adds up. Yeah, well, everyone's cranky tonight. Everyone's cranky. I was going to do a fire for maybe a half hour, but everyone's pretty cranky tonight. I don't know if you ladies have time. You ladies are very busy. You got husbands, families, boyfriends. you know, a family, whatever. I was gonna do a fire, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. You ladies probably are busy, right? You're eating dinner at 1 o'clock in the morning. But they already have the weapon. That's true, Debbie. That's true. But are they telling us the truth of what kind of weapon it is? That's my question. Are we getting the truth? Is my question. Don't wait till 2 a.m. I'm not waiting until 2 a.m. I was going to go live with a fire for a half hour, but I'm not going to wait till 2 a.m. I know everybody's cranky. I didn't want to upset anybody tonight, you know. I know you women are very busy women, very busy. You have a lot of things to do, a lot of things on your mind. I would do a fire. I would do a fire for a half hour or so, but I don't know if you ladies are interested. Why would they lie? To cover stuff up, Deb. Oh, little Debs. Debs. You know how it is. Conspiracies. Stop making us beg. Well, I'm not making you beg. I'm just telling you I don't want to. I don't want to keep you ladies up all night. Debbie said it doesn't make any sense as to why they would lie about the weapons. Or how many were there, Debbie? Maybe Debbie knows how many. Don't know. Oh wait, she just typed weapon, not weapons. I thought maybe she had more info on it. Oh, well, we hope we get to the bottom of this. Why does my microphone sound off? I don't know. The whole world is off. Everything's gone crazy. But say la vie. I'm gonna have some tea. I mean, that would be the purpose. I don't know, Debbie. There's a lot of talk on YouTube. Coups, all kinds of crazy stuff. Left wing, right wing, Liberaces, liberals, whatever they're running all over the place. And I kind of liked Liberace. He was a great piano player. I don't know. I'm eating some graham crackers right now, having some tea, crumpets. Hey, Debbie, Cal, are graham crackers America's crumpets or trumpets or whatever they call it? Oh, we're in England. Cal, you remember Liberace? Unless they don't, Debbie says, unless they don't want to alarm the people. Exactly, Debbie. Now she's catching on now. She's catching on. No, I don't know. I don't know. Well, so graham crackers are not tea and crumpets. Well, I think I might dunk my graham cracker in my tea. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we got. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm a kind of mix like a gingerbread tea. Yeah, that's very good. So, Debbie, what do you think? I'm a shop mark a wee bit. You're lost. Are you stoned again? I don't know. She's lost. I don't know how it happened. All right, so what are you ladies going to do tonight? I was thinking about maybe going and doing a fire. But I'm not sure. I don't even know anymore what I'm doing. I'm really tired of dang, you know, if it ain't one thing, in one time in my life, it was a vagina that ruled my life. And now it's dang YouTube. It's just, I need a vacation. Probably when I need somewhere out of this country or something. You overshot your mark a wee bit. Oh, crikey. Hey, did you see the new spiders that moved into America? That won't be long. They're going to eat us all up. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. If this ain't right out of Jurassic Park, I don't know what is. I have no idea. But it won't be long. We'll all be in cocoons. Yeah. If this would make a great sci-fi movie. I think little Debbie loves sci-fi. All right, so what are you dudes doing tonight? What's up, dudes? Duets. I'm gonna make some tea. Are you folks okay? Can you hear anything? No, it's dudes. I don't know. Dudettes. All right, what's going on, dudettes? You feel like a fire, or are you too tired? Ooh, that rhymed. Kelp, Debbie, that rhymed. That rhymed. That was pretty cool. All right, what's going on? What do you think, Johnny? Should I put fake eyelashes on? Pepsi? What? Kel, you okay? I don't know. She's probably so high, she's somewhere else. All right, I think I'm going to end this video, and I'll be back with a fire. God bless y'all. Uh, drink some milk, Kel. Drink some milk. I'll be back with a fire here in a second. She's probably all shroomed out or something. There's someone called control of cannabis or something. Drink milk. I'll be back.